Hi, this is Carlton Cullins, and welcome to the Blue Sky Strongbox. Hey, this is Carlton Cullins. I am a personal trainer and nutrition specialist here in Austin, Texas. I am also the owner of the Blue Sky Strongbox. And this week, what I want to talk about is body image issues. It's something that's very important. It's something that I see all the time. I also want to talk a little bit about weighing yourself on a scale. A lot of people get caught up with that. I think that can be a bad thing and it can be dangerous. And after all, nobody knows what you weigh but you. And I mean this in a good way, but nobody really cares. It doesn't really matter what you weigh. But I'm going to get into that in a minute. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is body fat percentages. A lot of people get caught up in what they want to be or what their body fat percentage is and using these things called skin calipers to estimate that. But we'll get to that in a minute. First things first. All the stuff that I talk about in these videos are always my opinion. And if it's something that you disagree with or you don't like, that's perfectly fine. This comes from my personal beliefs and my opinions on things based on all the years of experience I have. And I do have a lot of years of experience in various subjects. And like it or not, there is something to be said for that. So I at least hope you would listen to what I have to say and at least take it into consideration. But with that said, a lot of people come to me trying to change the way that they look. Like it or not, whether I would love for it to be more about health, but I know and other trainers know that it's typically going to be more about the way people look. And if that's what it takes to get people to be healthier, fine. Concentrate on that. There's nothing wrong with that in and of itself as long as you know that there is a bigger picture out there and your health and your happiness is that bigger picture. But if you want to look good, I want you to look good. Everybody should try to make the most of what they got because we might only have one shot at this life and you might as well do the best of what you got. So nothing wrong with that. But what happens is a lot of people come to me already set up in a bad disposition. I personally believe that a lot of people have image issues. First and foremost, they're doing what is really, in my opinion, a bad thing to do from the get-go is they're comparing themselves to other people, the way they look, the way they feel, how they're performing or whatever. And that automatically sets you up for almost failure in some instances because there's always going to be somebody that looks better than you, that performs better than you or whatever. You can't compare yourself to others or you run the risk of being a very vain person. And that can be dangerous for your happiness and your health. I want people to learn to be happy with themselves. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. But first and foremost, you have to understand, whatever you're trying to come to me. People come to me primarily, they want to lose body fat or they want to gain muscle or they want to do a little combination of both, And to do that, usually they have somebody or something in mind that they're trying to do. And a lot of times it may be unrealistic. And I think that's something you have to ask yourself. People need to be clear on what their goal is. Why do you want to change? What is it exactly do you want to change? Are you comparing yourself to others, your friends, people you don't know, movie stars? What are you doing? Are you trying to get stronger because you want to bench press the world? Are you wanting to look good to attract other people? There's a lot of different things that you need to be very clear about your goals and understand that with whatever goal you have, if it's not clear, you may get lost along the way going towards that goal if it's too vague, You also need to understand that you may never be happy. You may be chasing your tail. And I don't want that. I don't want that for you. That's very dangerous. You need to learn to be happy with what you have because if you're not happy today, I can almost guarantee you that you are not going to be happy down the line. I've seen lots of people that they just gain that 10 or 15 pounds more muscle. They lose that 10 or 15 pounds of body fat. They're going to be perfect. And you're not ever going to be perfect. Perfect is in your heart and your mind and your soul. It's deeper than that. Yes, you can look good, but it is more than that. I want you to concentrate on that. There's a lot of different variables. There's a lot of different body types. You have to understand that your body type might not be able to do what it is you're trying to do. Sometimes we have genetic limitations. I'm not trying to tell you what those are because I don't know and you might not know either. And the world may never know. You might have to find that out for yourself. But what I'm saying is you might not be able to look like people come to me, guys still come to me and say, hey, I want my abs and I want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, or some girl says to me, I want to come and I want to have Madonna arms or something like that. Do you realize how unrealistic that is for you? I feel you. I understand where you're coming from, but You're getting lost in this idea of something else that might not be you. You could look good for you by decreasing body fat, maybe gaining a little bit of muscle, and working on your overall happiness. You know, everybody looks better with a smile, and that's something I want you to take away from that. But just remember, you know, the weeks to come, I'm gonna try to get into muscle. Gaining muscle and building muscle for some of the guys and some of the girls out there too. But you know, a thing I like to use is, you know, an example is Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee. Two completely different body types, absolutely completely different. Two desired body types for some people. You know, two of the most amazing physiques, amazing athletes of all time. But understandably, Bruce Lee was never built to look like Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson was never built to look like Bruce Lee. And trying to do either one of those and go against the grain like that would be unrealistic for either one of them. And a lot of people out there, I think, are in those situations. Girls, guys, I'm just using those for examples. Whatever example you want to use. Just be realistic and be clear about your goals and learn to be happy with yourself. That's the biggest thing I want to spread to you this week. And work on that. Write it down. I want you to love yourself. It's the best thing that you can do. Everything can be accomplished if you have confidence and you love yourself as you are, because that may be as good as it ever gets.